Hello and welcome to Two Chicks Tell All. It's your girl Tay Tay here.
And Cece.
So I think we'll give a little disclaimer just because, So any any people or places that we talk about while, we're on air, we will not use their real names.
Right, yeah. But we can't. So we're, it's Oscar night. So we do have the live at the red carpet on in the background.
God.
So we might, if we say some names, we're only going to be critiquing like some of the dresses we see, which this girl's awful right here. And I don't even know. She looks like she's in some kind of workout stuff with some kind of, I don't even know what this is.
What's up with the biker shorts with the dress?
What's up with that?
What's up with that? So that is actually the name of tonight's episode.
What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that?
I said, what's up with that?
Yep.
Sorry, we had to.
Yep, exactly.
This is basically, I think we came up with this episode at noon today, didn't we?
I know, right? See, we said last week that it was going to be a surprise, so it's kind of a surprise to us too, because we kind of waited and we wondered, and we said, and I was like, whatever, what's up with that?
I kind of had a busy week, so we honestly didn't really have time to plan.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot of prepping.
I'm real good at just like pulling things out my ass.
I know, right? So we can do some flyby. We'll do some flyby cast here. We'll not like tell you what it might be. Hey, that keeps it interesting. You got to come back to listen,
right?
So
it says we have a viewer. Let's see if they say something.
Oh, nice. Hey, viewer.
If
you want to know what's up with that, and you have a random topic that you'd like to discuss and say what's up with that, then
we'll talk about it for sure, because we got a list of things that we'd be talking about.
That's right.
I got a lot on my mind lately with just what's up with that.
Right. What's up with it all? Okay, so what's up with today? We're at daylight savings time. So what's up with that? Hey, I love this time of year. I love it. I actually count down the weeks till we get to this time. Like a month ago, I'm on the 4-week countdown. Usually I look at the calendar when I know it hits around mid-March. Then I'm like on the weekend countdown. I'll look and say, okay, we're 5 weeks out. We're 4 weeks out. So I hate to say, but I like it so much that I count it down. I don't know what it is about it. I feel like it's just that time of year where the trees start blooming. Yeah, the pollen's a bitch. And sorry, I don't get allergies, so I can't really confirm.
I do.
Yeah, I do feel bad for people that have them, because some people get them extremely bad. But everything starts to bloom and everything starts to look alive again. I thought about that the other day. It's like, I hate the winter because everything just dies. It dies and it's sad and it's cold and it's sad and it's cold.
It matches like what the weather pattern
it does. So
because you feel cold and miserable in the winter.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
So this is like the day that makes it, for me, I think, all turns around.
I don't know.
Spring is springing. It's getting ready to. It's already, some stuff's already kind of blooming out, and obviously from the yellow we've seen. But this is like the best time of the year for me. And
I don't know. Whenever I woke up today, I was highly confused because I had to go to work this morning.
Oh yeah,
the time does. And like my phone had reset the time, so like I was on track, But then I go out in the kitchen and like all those clocks are like an hour behind.
Right.
And I'm like, well, maybe I should go back to bed. And I'm like, no, actually is 5 o'clock, but it feels like 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So today's gotten her a little job, so she's working some more, and now she's having to get up wee early in the morning.
I think more early on the weekends than on the weekdays.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
I slept, I figured, a full 11 hours last night. By the time
sounds really good.
I got in the bed, and then had to went and set the clock forward already, because it was like 10:46. It was 11:46. So maybe 10. Yeah, about 10 roughly, because then I was up I did sleep almost until 9. So all right, well, we cleared that little what's up with the daylight savings time. But again, I'm glad it's here, ready to, again, move forward and spring into spring, and then roll into summer and get ready for some beach. So
yes.
We're in beach town.
I'm ready for beach.
Yeah.
My body's not ready for beach, but I'm mentally ready for it.
I'm trying. So I picked up I teach Pilates, and I picked another class up at the community center here. And like it was just crazy adding just one more class when I teach 3 classes. So that's 4 a week has really been kicking my booty. So it's a good and a bad thing. Good in the sense of I'm teaching and I'm getting a workout.
Yes,
That's
that is
a really
good
thing.
And
So
Pilates kicks your ass.
Pilates
like,
kicks your butt.
I did it and I was like, wow.
I actually had it was funny because I do try to encourage people to come in the class. And my Thursday class is at I teach at American Fitness over in Morrillsville, and it's so we're telling a little bit about where we are, but
It's okay. It's a big place.
It's a big place. But I had this young girl last week kind of that I saw. She was using one of the machines near where the room is where I teach. And I asked her if she'd ever done it or whatever. And she's like, no. And I said, well, the Thursday class is a good one because it's not as crowded because my other 2 classes are, I mean, I can have 30 people in there. So she and another younger girl, when I say younger, I'm in my 50s and these girls are in their 20s. So anyway, they come in and take the class. And at the end of the class, I always ask people, especially if it's your first time, like, what did you think about the class and all? And they were like, oh my goodness, it was so hard. It kicked my butt. And some of the stuff we did, and they were like at my side, my hips, I could tell. And the one girl said, and I look over and these women who are, double their age, she's like, they're just so graceful and doing these moves.
They are
so graceful. And I'm like, well, a lot of these ladies kind of started with me. And I even asked one of them, I said, because I didn't really kind of recall when I may had started teaching the classes back then. And we figured it was about May of last year. So, May, June, kind of getting into the summer. So not quite a year yet, but some of those ladies have been with me from the beginning. So, all right, we'll pop into some what's up with that topics. All right, Tay, which one you want to pick?
Oh my gosh.
What's your first what's up with that?
So this was one that happened recently, and I'm just like, what's up with that? So this was probably, I don't know, a couple of months ago. I had these 2 guys that would always come into my work. And like, I would always cut up with them and I would always laugh with them, and that type of stuff. And like the one guy was like really cute, and like the other guy, wasn't so cute, but he was nice, so, like that was okay too. So I was just like cutting up with them and laughing all the time. And I would flirt like on occasion with the cute one.
Yeah, right.
So, I noticed that like after a while, they hadn't been coming in as much. So like I asked the one guy, I was like, oh, I said, so what happened to your friend? And he goes, oh, well, he got fired. I'm like, oh, well, wow, then. And then the guy was like, yeah, he wanted to get your number, but he just never knew how to ask it. And I'm like, well, I would have given it to him because fair enough. Like I would have given him my number.
Call me.
We could have hung out, and it would have been cool. So I was like, okay, whatever. So, the not so cute one would always come into my work and stuff like that. And we became friendly. Like we would talk a lot and stuff like that. So he asked for my number. And I was like, okay, we could be friends. Like, that's cool. Like, there ain't nothing wrong with like, chilling with friends. Well, it ended up. So I uncovered this later because I, kind of just had like an honest to God moment. Like, I want to know something and tell me the truth. Which this guy was being like really nice to me and like things were going okay and stuff like that, But like, I just knew that something didn't seem right. Like, I hate to say it, but he was saying like all the right things, if you get what I'm saying. Checking in with me, seeing how my day was, being concerned about different things that were going on, like, all the right things. And, and I don't like to question this type of thing, but I've dealt with like a lot of people who have had narcissistic personalities in my life. So, oh, hi, Annie J. One of my YouTube friends joined us. So, good evening to you too. Anyway, so I've dealt with a lot of people who, are narcissist, like have narcissistic tendencies and narcissistic personalities. So I've gotten to the point where I can kind of like identify whenever just like I feel like somebody's being too nice. So I flat out asked the dude, I said, I would like to ask you something and I want you to tell me the truth. And he goes, yeah, what is it? I'm like, I know that your friend wanted my number at one point. You know, is that the only reason that you got my number? You know, was it some type of like, you know, thing going on between you two where it was like a race to see who could get it first and stuff like that? Well, he told me essentially that it was. Like he knew that like his friend wanted my number, obviously. And, you know, his friend wasn't coming into my work anymore, you know, because he had gotten fired from his job. So like he wasn't coming in anymore. So this guy basically said that, and he was like, yeah, he said, and basically I just wanted to have sex with you. I'm like, oh, I'm like, well, I hate to tell you, like that does kind of hurt my feelings that like you were just being nice to me because you knew that like my friend, you knew that like your friend wanted my number.
Right.
And like
yeah.
your friend kind of had the hots for me, and you didn't really have like an interest until you found out that like he wanted my number. And like that was the only reason that you kind of initiated the whole thing.
Right.
So I don't like the fact that I was kind of like a game, if you get what I'm saying.
Right, yeah.
Like I don't like to think that I'm a game, and I just kind of told him like it ain't gonna work, dude. Like
right.
You know.
And I think, you know, it's like if and that's fine too in the sense if somebody just says I want it, but when it's like messing with that's not cool. That's not cool.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. It was just, I didn't like the whole situation at all by any means. So what's up with that?
So what's up with that?
So what's up with guys, you know, just playing with girls like it's a game or something like that?
Right. Yeah.
So I'll never understand that. Annie J, that's what I said too. She said, hi, Cece. And then she said, well, shit.
I know, right?
And that's exactly
right,
how
right.
we feel.
Well, it's funny because like, I don't know if you heard our podcast. We just actually uploaded from last week, but it talked about, we opened up with this story about this for me with this guy that I had met way back before the holidays or whatever. Long story short, obviously attracted to this guy. You know, we both, there was an attraction there when we met, and a couple of times we did see each other out. And long story short, he had a girlfriend, and then suddenly when we see him out there, like this time, it had been about 6 weeks before the last time we had saw him where he had a girlfriend, he's suddenly single. And then I went out and suddenly, like, you know, broke up 3 days ago with his girlfriend. But then I texted him that night, which I don't do. I always say,
no.
I
listen,
should.
She's a strong, independent woman over here.
But I shouldn't say like I don't text guys. I don't text guys on the initial meet of somebody. Like I always let them text me because I feel like this. If you really want to spend time with me, then you're going to text me. I'm not going to be the one chasing around trying to get you to come and meet me or have a drink with me or whatever. So on the initial like meeting of somebody, I will give them my number. I won't even take their number, and I'll be like, you can call me. So anyway, I break the rule that night because I did still have his number, which I didn't think I did, and texted him. And then he texted me back and said he had a girlfriend. And I was like, okay, so we saw you out 3 hours ago or 4 hours ago. You didn't have a girlfriend, and now it was really weird.
You had a girlfriend.
Like, and then the next day, because I texted him back and just said, dude, you're a piece of work and good luck with that. And then the next morning I get a text from, what the hell was that about? Like, I totally don't know if he just thought I was I don't even know what it was. I don't know, but needless to say, I did not respond back to him. I was like, okay,
listen, girl, you stood your ground.
I know, don't break your rule again.
Proud of you.
No, so. All right, so what's up with that?
So Annie J said, yeah, guys make bets behind the scenes sometimes with that kind of stuff. Yes, because some men are sleazebags, and I don't want to think that like all men are like this, but it just seems like a good majority are.
Yeah, it's and we're in this small town, you know, so it's, and we were talking about this earlier. Tate said, what's up with running into the same people all the time? And I'm like, unfortunately, and we're in a really, you know, we're in tourist town. We're in a big, you know, area. I mean, we're not like kind of dead in we're not Myrtle Beach, but we're not far from Myrtle Beach. Yeah. Myrtle Beach is huge. So, you know, but the place we go out to is consistent. We go there all the time,
Yeah.
you know, and so we do. It's like the same people you run into until the season kicks in and then all the tourists start
And then
coming.
you see all sorts of
And
people
then you
from
see,
everywhere.
well, I must say that eye candy is much better.
It is.
I did see I finally decided to put a little makeup on today and make myself look.
She looks good.
Slightly better than workout clothes.
Anyway, I just want to say hi to Munching and Chatting. That's another YouTube follower on my other channel.
Nice.
So I'm glad to see you here. Good to see you.
Appreciate it.
She said dirtbag, LOL. Yes,
I know, right?
dirtbag.
But you know what I said though? I had this thought earlier because, okay, I'm gonna put some stuff out there that I probably would never really put out there. But I haven't been in a relationship in about 6 years, really even dated men. Like I've maybe a few dates, but like I kind of was like after well, I shouldn't say 6. I should say, let's see, I met him that year. So maybe like 5 years. But on the other side of that too, I've not really had, you know, like I'm not really out there either, you know, bed hopping into bed with people and doing that kind of stuff, you know,
right,
you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if this dude, you know, that I think we both have this sexual attraction there, maybe I should just get what I need out of that and just
listen, that
say,
you know,
Christy, you just got to make sure you don't emotionally attach and that you're only getting that from this person and let it just be that. You set the ground rules. Why can't us women kind of do that? Like dudes do it all the time.
Because we look like whores whenever we do it. But guys, you're the man because you're bagging all these chicks.
Yeah,
but like, you know, we can't act like that. We're not allowed.
I seriously might have to think about that.
So
maybe I could.
Munching and Chatting said, if I ever break up with my man, I can promise you I will never date again. LOL.
I know, right? Well, and it's so let me tell because this was
and she
funny.
says relationships are overrated. I agree to that.
Right.
To an extent.
So I posted something on Facebook earlier, and I just want to read because this is a guy I went to school with. But the post was something about like being alone or something like that. And okay, this was it. Okay, so it read something about, you know, being happy, but being alone, being happy or something. I can't even remember what the actual but anyway, he said, yeah, but it sucks too. And I said, it has its ups and downs. And then I said, I did tell myself long ago that I never made myself cry or broke my own heart. LOL. And he's like, yeah, true. But when you have an idea or someone to talk about and you're alone, that stinks. And I never did reply to him. But what I would have literally replied and said is that's when I phone a friend.
I know, right?
Because you got your friends.
Listen.
I mean, I think, you know, if you can just, because it sucks. And it's so I told Tay earlier, I said, look, I'm going to start looking at it like this. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to get out there. I'm having my fun. I finally got to move somewhere I wanted to move. And I've been here a year now. So I feel like I'm settled enough that I can almost feel like I can start living my life here, which is crazy because I've been here a year. But a lot of things kind of changed. And, you know, I got my mindset more clear and everything else. And I'm like, screw it. You know, let God send me just the right one when it's time. And I'll be patient until then. I will be patient. You know, yeah, I might go out on some dates and I might have some fun with some people. But, you know, if it's not that one that needs to come to me to be that one, then don't bother. So
Annie J says, a friend with benefits. I have one, but he hasn't been around for a year. But yeah, a friend with benefits is good.
Yeah.
So
I did have one of those a while back.
I just recently started talking to a guy. I'm not really going to give a whole lot of information, just like about the whole situation. But like I started talking to this guy and like we get along real good and like he's really nice and stuff like that. But like we kind of just agreed that we're going to be friends because he has some like weird shit going on in his life. And I'm like, you know,
not the weird stuff. Yeah.
I'm like, you should probably just like focus on that and not like focus on this. But like, I'll tell you something, like we got some sexual tension, yo. Like we be hanging out. Like I was hanging out at his house and he just like starts holding my hand and like all this other stuff. I'm like, yo, I'm like, don't be doing this now.
No, Tay, get what you need out of it if you want to say, but you know, but like I said, if you think within you would almost really want to have something with that person. I would say that would be hard to do because I feel like with this guy that is the douchebag that I said, well, we had that kind of sexual connection, but
Yeah.
would there be any more than that if I did pursue that, and then would I be hooked up on him? Because obviously sometimes when you have a sexual connection, then more stuff leads
And
to
then
that.
like he'd be FaceTiming me while he's shirtless in his underwear. I'm
Oh,
like, can you
Lord.
please? I'm like, can you please not do that?
Oh, Lord.
And then like he's just like, like, you're really pretty, like I like your look and stuff like that. And like he's so sweet and like, good to talk to. And I'm just like, why did you come into my life at the wrong time? Obviously. Like, but I guess
timing,
like,
yes.
things will, I guess, if it's meant to be in some way, shape, or form, things will pan out.
Right. Yeah.
That's how I look
And that's
at it.
that's what I think we got to have that attitude. Like, send me what I need when I need it. Maybe this other guy ran into him for a reason. Maybe I need to see him.
Yes.
So,
which by the way, that guy was different than the other douchebag that just got my number because his friend wanted it. Two different people.
Oh, yeah.
So Munching and Chatting says it has to be hard not to get emotionally attached. It is.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I was
agree.
like. One thing that I don't know if I could be good at doing. I don't know how I am at that, because and I told, this is something I said earlier too, a lot of people have heartbreaks and everything. Well, I've had 3 pretty big heartbreaks with dudes. One I was engaged to, and that one was really the hardest, but 2 others that I had really good relationships with, and they just freaking stomped on it, broke it, tore it in pieces and everything else, so it's like, that's why I just don't, I don't want to get the heart tied up in it again. I have stress-freed my life as much as I can now.
Right.
I work from home. I don't deal with anybody, which is a blessing. And I get to do my job and sit at home and, be in PJs and all that. So I've taken my stress level to the least I can in my life. And I don't want to take it back up.
I don't blame you. So Annie J, this is good. Like, we're having some good conversation here. So Annie J said it's true. He rubs me the wrong way because he thinks he is God's gift to women. She's referring to her friend with benefits.
Oh, yeah.
Because he thinks he's God's gift to women, but whenever he is around, I benefit. LOL.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
listen,
yeah.
That's a good thing. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. So Annie said she's replying to Munching and Chatting. So Munching and Chatting's name is Annie also. So I'm just going to call Munching and Chatting. And Annie J, we're just going to call her Annie. So Annie said, it is hard, but you just have to accept in your mind the reasons you don't, and you're not the one. Yeah, I understand.
Right.
Yeah, you have to definitely think that way.
You're right.
And dealing with some situations, or else you are going to get your heart broken.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Munching and Chatting said that's true, Annie. I definitely agree with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So what's up with that?
All right. What's up with that? So what's up with that? So we're going to hit one with our what's up with that. Okay. This is one that kind of gets me a little bit, because and this is related to a personal story.
Okay.
What's up with people not like just saying thank you sometimes? Thank you in a situation where it would be a good thing to say thank you. So this is what my story is related to. So I have to pay for a garbage service, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I had garbage free when I lived in the city, when I lived in Columbia. So I come here and I'm like, had to pay. So, but I got this company, and I'm not naming names, but it was a little family owned company, and they were good, in the beginning and everything. And so I paid like every 6 months. So paid the second invoice into the second 6 months. And so, I was good for a while, but then all of a sudden we start having issues where they're not picking the garbage up and this and that. Well, they send an email out to all their customers and say that they had an accident, and one of the trucks was involved and 2 of the people were hurt. And so again, and they even said at that point they weren't going to be picking up garbage.
Munching and Chatting said, LOL, I missed that about being in the city also.
I know, right? I know. I'm like,
I think she lives like actually in the city. She's in New York somewhere.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I was having to pay for that shit. So I understood, and I'm like, all right, I'll deal with that. And not only that, they said they would refund people for that period of time. Well, honestly, I don't know if I ever got a refund. I need to go back and check that. Actually, hindsight 2020. So I won't do that, but going, forward. So anyway, so then all of a sudden they kind of start picking the garbage up again, but it's sporadic. Like, they're not picking it up on the day they're supposed to pick it up. Like, it might be the next day, but then they get to the point where they're picking it up like every 2 weeks and not every week. So I called them, and they did recycling too, because I do recycle, right? So call them, wouldn't answer the phone, wouldn't return my call. Um, Email, wouldn't respond. So here I get, because my service is up again, 6 months, they actually send me another invoice. Like, they sent me an invoice. And I was like, you're kidding me, right? And I replied back to it, and I said, okay, you're sending me another bill. And I just have a little issue because, I've been emailing, I've been calling, nobody's calling me. You weren't picking it up. I've never seen any kind of a credit on my account, blah, 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 blah. Trying to seriously give these people like one more shot. One more shot. I'm like, okay. And no response. So finally, I just said, okay, I'm done. So I made arrangements to get another service, because there's some other services in my neighborhood. And so they brought me a little cart thing last Thursday. They actually pick up in the morning. Well, lo and behold, on Friday, my other service, the guy comes, and it was the dad, right?
Yeah.
So, and I hadn't even rolled him out. They were still by the house. Well, luckily, he went and got him. And so I walked outside. So he comes up to me, and I was like, look, I said, I did not renew my bill. I didn't pay for another, month. I said, you guys weren't coming, all that. And I felt, it's like, I still felt bad for this guy, but he never really said, like, I'm sorry, or thank you for at least the service you had with us, or whatever. It was like he was trying to make excuses. He's like, yeah, I have a boy back at school, or something like this and that, or something in school. And it was like, and I really felt bad, which was weird. But I'm like, and I told him, I said, well, I've got another service, so you can, take the cards or whatever, because it was ironic when I called the new service. Apparently they've had some customers call and get on with them. And she told me, she goes, well, if it was so-and-so, she goes, they probably won't even come and get your cards. Because I told her, I didn't pay it, and I still have the cards. Well, he did luckily take the cards, which is good. I mean, I didn't want like 3 damn roll carts outside of my house. But, I just felt like, okay, I gave them a year of my money, close to $500, probably. I think it was like $225 every 6 months, and bless his heart, as my grandmother would say. But in general, too, I'm not just thinking about, I just related that story because it was something that happened. And I thought it was just kind of ironic, that the guy was just sitting there trying to basically make excuses and never once just bothered to say, we're sorry or thank you for what you did.
Yeah, but Munching and Chatting said they won't call back, but they make sure to send that invoice.
I know, right? Yeah. But one thing that, in the sense of thank you, that I think now I do, if I see this, is I was somewhere and there was a military gentleman, and he had like a big, I don't even remember what the rank was, but he had a hat on, and it was something significant enough, and actually I was with my dad when I went home for Christmas, and we went out to dinner with this kind of lady friend he's been having dinner with, and but the guy was standing there, and she turned around and she said, thank you for your service. So I think that's something that we can all do when we see somebody that's obviously served and obviously given a lot of their time to our country,
I
say thank you for your service.
I thank military for their service. And I thank any sort of first responder.
Now,
for
she's
their
rocking
service.
that dress.
She is.
Because she's up there in age a little bit. We're watching live at the red carpet too. So in the background.
Annie said, I had 3 heartbreaks, 1 divorce, 1 baby daddy. I thought I was going to marry, and then my friend who thought I was his woman, but caught me with someone else. 3 strikes, no more for me.
See, I'm with you, girl. 3 for me. 3 for me.
1, 2, 3.
And see, and I have my girls. Like I always say, get you a good group of girls, because most of the time your girls will never let you down. I honestly had to defriend some people that I thought were really my friends, and I'm not going to even go way back into that story, but there were 3 people that I really considered my friends and ended up defriending them. And honestly, have not looked back, because I felt like whatever happened for a reason. I always think that, and they're not my friends anymore. And I left when I moved. I left everybody and moved somewhere I knew nobody. So,
This is true.
but I've gained so much more here than not to say ever had in Columbia, because I have my group there and I've got some core girls there that I'm still really tight with and everything. But I've gained a tremendous group of girls here and ladies here. So get you some girls, get you a circle of girls, and it ain't like you got to be meeting up all the time or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks, oh my God, all the time I'm so busy. It's not about that. It's just checking in, checking up. Make sure your girls are okay. Something happens to somebody, help them out. One of my ladies in my Pilates class, who I kind of considered her my stand-in mom here.
Yeah.
Because my mom's been
She's
gone
so
for a
sweet.
while, and Janie's an awesome lady. I'm sorry I am saying your name, but I won't say your last name, but her first name is Janie. But she's my girl, and she's, somebody's been there, and she had some surgery, and I've taken food over there, check on her, check with her husband, how's she doing. I mean, just, it doesn't take much and when you care about somebody, just make them know you care. Tete knows I love her. I'll be like, girl, love you, girl.
Right.
Love you, girl.
She does.
And I have the rule of texting too. Like when I go out with my girls, it's all about text me when you get home. Text me when you get home.
Yes.
Kind of thing. So just, get you some gals.
I think you and Annie J would get along. She's agreeing with like everything.
Oh my God.
She said, but I got needs.
Well,
isn't that how you
girl, you and I'm not going to say a lot more, but I'm sure I'm right there with you. Let me just say, yeah, I won't even go there. I was just about to say something else. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. All right. So we'll hit another. Oh, Nicole Kidman be rocking this dress now.
I love her.
Love her.
She's
Love her
beautiful
in her
in like a
hubby
unique
Keith Urban.
way.
Yeah, like stunning and just so sweet, and him with his little accent. He's so hot. All right, so we're gonna hit another what's up with that topic. What's up with that?
All right. I don't
Which
even
one
know
you
where
want,
to
Tay?
begin.
I like the shorts.
We can get into a whole like little stream where we talk about that here in a minute.
Right.
So what's up with grocery prices?
What's up with grocery prices?
Listen, that's
what's up? Eggs, $5. It doesn't, well, not really that high, but I've seen them up to $4.
The 18 pack of eggs, which is what I usually get. It's because I like to eat eggs. So like the 18 pack of eggs, almost $8. $8
for eggs.
I kid you not.
Holy shit.
Listen, I cry a little bit
inside. $1 an egg.
That's like, I have my YouTube channel where it's like I make coffees on a budget. And I feel I can't I feel like I can't even make my damn coffees on a budget because the damn coffee creamers went up and like the syrups have went up in price. I usually get like the bottles of iced coffee just for like the morning where I need to like throw it together. And they're freaking expensive. It's almost like $7 for a dang thing of iced coffee, which, in the grand scheme of things, you're still on budget that way. You can get a couple of coffees out of that as opposed to going to Starbucks and spending $7. But, it's just like, you want I want to eat healthy and stuff like that, but it's like it's really hard because
oh God, it's so hard.
It's like, a pack of chicken, $10. A frozen pizza, $5. What are you gonna pick?
I know, right? Yeah, because I'm telling you, Walmart makes pretty damn in-house good pizzas for $5.57.
You know who else makes a good pizza? I don't know if any of y'all shop at Aldi's, but Aldi's makes a good pizza too. They have that Mama Cozy brand. Or Mama Kazi brand or whatever. But I don't know. That's some good pizza. And I think their pizzas maybe are $5 or $6 for a pizza. And I can get like 2 meals out of that. I'm getting to the point where it's like I've been so busy lately that I basically plan my meals where it's like I'll cook a meal and make it last for a couple of days. Just so I don't have to buy as much because I feel like, prices are just freaking ridiculous whenever it comes to buying food, and food's a necessity. So it's just like, pretty soon we're not going to be able to afford food at this rate.
Right.
So what are we all going to do then? That's what I want to know. I guess we all got to start growing crops, I suppose. And getting cows and milking cows, which actually... Not to get off topic, but I have a YouTube friend. His name is Chris. He's on Annie J's channel a lot. That's how I met him. But Chris actually has a farm and he milks cows. So maybe I need to just start doing that. Chris, are you here? How do you milk a cow?
Right. Well, we can. Too bad we don't have enough property. Well, because Tay-Tay's in a condo and I'm in a rental right now. We can get some damn chickens.
I know, right?
My friend actually in Columbia.
Hey, listen, get some cows
in the city.
Get some beef or something too.
She's got her. They've got chickens because you can actually have them there on free range. You know, they kind of run the. I mean, everybody, I guess, has to be okay with it because she did have a neighbor about want to shoot one of them one time. And I mean, I'm talking like a bunch of chickens, 2 roosters, but she got, I think, over 200 eggs last year from these chickens. So yeah, when I go home in a couple weeks, I'm gonna be like, give me some damn eggs.
Yeah, you know, it's just eggs. Like it's gonna be crazy soon. I have a feeling.
Oh yeah.
So Annie says, "Oh my God, okay, that is because of the avian flu. They have killed thousands of chickens. I have heard that.
Oh yeah."
They had to slaughter 1.8 million chickens in Nebraska alone.
Holy crap.
That's a lot of eggs. Holy moly.
Yeah, damn.
But yeah, it's just like...
Okay, that makes sense.
Like, food is just getting ridiculous.
And gas. What? So what's up with gas going from being like, okay, so I don't drive around a lot.
No.
So I swear to you, last week.
I do more driving than she does.
Oh, yeah. Probably. I'm like, I rarely drive. And where I drive, it's not really that far because I teach the gyms right. Anyway, so like seriously, last week, I swear to you, gas was $2.89 a gallon. Had to go finally get gas today because I'm like, and now mind you, my gas gauge is broken in my car. So I always have to base it on just when I get to a certain amount of miles. And then I go get gas. $3.16 a gallon. And I'm like, oh my God.
There's a cute little gas station that I hit whenever like I'm on the way to your house if I come from like work.
Right. And
it's one of those like refuel like Shell stations. And like I love it because I can go in there and like get a cup of coffee and like maybe get a snack and like that type of stuff. Like it's a cute little place to be. So they usually have the cheapest gas, honestly. But it's even expensive. I think it's $3.19 over there.
Yeah, I was like, I just don't know what happened. And of course, it always happens that way. Like it's cheap when I don't need it, and then when I finally need to get it, bam, it's like jacked up. I'm like, damn. So anyway, what's up with that? We don't know what's up with that.
So I mean,
I know what's up with the gas.
One of the good parts is the part-time job that I picked up. I'll just say what industry it's in. I'm not going to say where I work. So it's a restaurant. It's actually a diner. So
yeah, there you go.
They give us a free meal on the days that we work. So there's one meal I don't have to pay for.
There you go.
if I would like to pursue that, you know. So that's always a good thing. Annie said food is because of gas prices. Well, I can see how there could be a correlation there because they have to bring the food to us somehow. And usually it's like the big trucks that bring us food. And I can imagine it's a pretty penny to fill up those dang trucks. So I can totally understand that. So gas is expensive because of supply and demand and political foreign affairs. It definitely is. I don't like to talk politics just because I know that it brings out the ugly in everybody.
I know, right? We don't go there. That's one of that's one of the we don't touch topics in our podcast.
But I do have to admit that gas, I mean, I have noticed that according to who's in office,
well, that's true.
The gas seems to be a little bit different depending on who's there. So, you know.
And we'll leave that at that.
Yes, and that's about as far as I'm going to go with that.
Let's just say the next time I get gas, hopefully it's on the low side.
I know. That's what I'm thinking too.
Especially driving home.
I took the list because I was trying to figure.
All right, what's up with that? We'll see what other one. This was a good one because I swear to God, this makes me mad. What's up with people that let their dogs run wild? Like even if you look, so I live in this little neighborhood and I'm on a cul-de-sac, but y'all, I swear to God. So there's this family at the end of the cul-de-sac, and they not just this one dog, but they have another dog. But that other dog.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but look.
Oh, there's your boy. There's your boy.
I'm kind of disappointed because I thought that he would be hotter than what he was. I'm referring to Miles Teller,
right,
from the Top Gun Maverick. Yeah. So everybody was going on about how hot this dude is. So I'm like, well, I need to like gauge it for
Yeah.
myself.
Check it out.
He has the hottest body I've ever seen. I will admit that. The hottest body that I've ever seen. That football scene, loved it.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think he's like super hot though. I mean, he looks different like whenever he's not playing the Top Gun role, and I think he looks better like not in the Top Gun like
Right,
getup.
yeah.
I think he's pretty cute, but I don't
Looks
think
a little stiff in that top.
I just don't think
up with
he's
that?
really I don't really think he's all that in a bag of chips.
No.
Anyway, sorry to
Not at
interrupt
all.
you.
No. Oh, that's a cute dress. All right, so anyway, so then they have this small looking, like, honestly, I feel like if this dog had a bath, like a dog do over makeover, it would be a cute dog because it looks like one of those little Maltese like kind of thing, you know, the black and tan kind of thing or whatever. But they let this dog stay out all the time, and it runs wild like in our cul-de-sac. Just like I can hear that dog barking, and I work from home, so I'm here all the time. Hear him barking, looking out there, and then the other day, this other random dog's running through the neighborhood. I think it did belong to somebody because I saw some people kind of at the end of the street, like. But here come that little dog tearing down the street.
Oh my God.
And I was like, come on now, you know, and he's been in my yard out there rolling around. I think he's probably pooped in my yard. And I'm just like, why are you going to do that? Why do you let the dog be all wild out there? And not only that, you got one, you take care of him, you let me in your house, but you're going to put this other dog out and let the poor dog just be out all the time. Like, I don't get that. And then I don't get the, what's up with people not cleaning up their dog shit?
So Annie says her dog runs wild. She lets her in and out as she pleases, but she doesn't leave the yard because she's trained.
Right? Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, if you're
So
gonna,
that's a
yeah,
good
that's
thing.
and that's
That's a
completely different from what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Because, yeah, I mean, I've had friends that have dogs that are very well trained, and they'll just be like, go, and they go right out and come back in and stuff. But this dog, like I said, they keep that dog. That dog stays out 24/7. Like, they don't let a dog in at all. Like, he lives outside kind of thing. And it makes it a nuisance for like other people that have dogs in the neighborhood. And then there's kids that obviously, one thing, I am in a little area that's like, it's not a cut through area or cut through neighborhood. Like, you come in, you go out one way kind of thing. So it's not like we have a lot of traffic up in here, and the same kids kind of live around here. But, you know, in the sense of like, if you live somewhere where, I mean, I've seen videos on Facebook. You know how sometimes you get those real videos where you click on one and then it shows you another one, and then it shows you another one. And all of a sudden you realize for 45 minutes you sat there and watched all these random videos.
That's the story of my life.
Yeah, so
YouTube shorts.
And I saw this one time where these two young girls were walking their little free dog, and another dog, wild dog from the neighborhood that had, you know, been let loose or whatever, comes and tries to attack them. And basically the little free dog tries to defend off and protect these girls. And I mean, they thought the dog was going to die when they got into the vet, but luckily the dog ended up living. But they had to put like 30 some odd stitches in this little tiny dog. But kudos to him for saving the girls. But, you know, I mean, in the sense of just letting your dogs run wild and not, you know, being responsible. Like, if you're going to have a dog, I lost mine back in November, and I'm not to the point of really wanting to get another one. I have lizards now. So, you know,
she does have some
from one extreme to the next. I have lizards.
She has two of them too.
Oh yeah. So, you know, but hey, one thing about them is you don't have to walk them. You know, one stays out and likes to be out more so than the other, but I don't have to walk them. And I don't have to really clean up much after him. You know, one, I clean his cage once a week, and the other one, I pick his little poos are about the size of a rice grain. So, you know, I pick get a little paper towel and pick his little poos up. So yeah, very low maintenance. If you want a low maintenance pet, and these are lizards that do not have to have the heat lights or anything like that, or the temperature control cages. These are lizards that you can just put in a little aquarium and feed them, and they're good. And, you know, so anyway. All right, so we'll hit one more what's up with that on our list of what's up with that, because I think we've had a really long cast tonight. So we'll And Tay Tay and I got to eat dinner still.
Yeah, we got to eat dinner and then watch Idol.
Watch some
Because that's
Oscars.
what we usually.
Well, I did look because I wonder if
Yeah.
it's coming on, and they're not actually showing it until after
Oh,
the
well,
Oscars.
then we can watch some Oscars then.
So we'll see some Oscars.
Yeah.
So I did introduce Tay Tay, and if people haven't watched the show on Hulu, I'm telling you, watch the show Unprisoned with Kerry Washington. Amazing. Like, I watched all 8 episodes in one night. You know how you binge?
Yeah.
Didn't really want to do that because I was like, spread it out. Because you know how there's so much TV, but here's another what's up with that. What's up with sometimes you get looking for something and you can't find a damn thing to watch. So anyway.
Story of my life.
But I watched all 8 episodes in one night. So, here's another what's up with that.
So
this is one that
Annie said, my Lena is a service dog. She walks me.
Nice.
Which, yeah, her dog is actually very cute. I've seen it on live streams. Her doggy is cute. Lena is cute.
All right, so we'll have this last one because this is one that's a burner for me.
Are we talking about clothes?
Well, I was gonna say, oh wait, what do we have on there?
Oh, we could probably hit them both.
I think for one, we got to hit the what's up with the kids. That you give your kids at a restaurant a tablet or phone and stick it in front of them. I always say this, so when I say something that I can't really relate to, and I have to be honest and say this, I do not have children, so
she doesn't.
I cannot relate to this.
People think I'm your mom,
and everybody probably says, "Well, you just don't know how it is." But I know how things have not changed from the fact when my parents took me to eat at a restaurant 30 and 40 years ago. It's not any different than what a mom and a dad would take their kid to a restaurant today. It's the same thing. You're taking your child to eat a meal with you. That's not any different than what my mom and dad did with me those many years ago. And granted, we didn't go out to eat a lot because back then,
my dad worked 2 jobs. Family.
My mom cooked. My mom made sure dinner was ready and on the table at 6:00 every night because my dad worked nights, and so we didn't go out to eat a lot. So when we went out, it was family time. It was always family time. We always still ate at the table, but it just breaks my heart because I feel like when I see these situations with these families and these kids, that they're just not getting that quality time. They're not having that bonding. They're not being able to sit there and talk to their kid, and that might be the only moment in the time now where so many people, you're busy, you both are working parents and all. So you're on the go. You got your kids involved in a lot of activities. I mean, I talked to somebody the other day and their kids were like in 3 different things. We got ball, we got dance, we got this. So your kids you're always doing, and those kids aren't getting that time with you when they're doing that. They're getting with other people. So if you only have those moments where it's those nights that you're at the dinner table or you're running out and you're having dinner out at a restaurant with your family, take the time to try to just spend it with the kids or the kid. Ask them the question, what did you, and people say, oh, we just don't get it now because, I'd rather hand that to them than them raise a fit and start acting up or whatever.
But that's why they're raising a fit.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's what's called discipline. And that's when you take the child outside or something. You just get them out of that situation. And again, I'm not a parent, but I saw what my mom and dad did to me and how they raised me. And I turned out to be a pretty okay kid, okay kid, person now, adult or whatever. I have respect for people. I have respect for my elders, which I think a lot of kids nowadays just don't respect their elders.
No.
They're not bonding with their grandparents like they used to. I mean, we went over to my grandmother's house every Sunday.
Oh, we had Sunday dinner. And
you wanted to go see your grandma. You wanted to go spend time with your grandma. It wasn't like you felt like, it wasn't a had to thing. It was a want to thing and you wanted to. And, it's just so sad when I see situations where, these people are like, well, yeah, I just don't really see my grandkid and, this and that. And it's like, and So it's spend time with your family, spend time with your loved ones.
So Annie said, are you two actually together tonight? It's nice to spend time together. Yeah, we're actually sitting on her couch in her living room.
Yeah. We do our podcast. So we used to do them on Wednesdays, and then we went to Sundays because it's not like we both really have anything going on Sundays. We both work on Mondays. So we decide, and so we sit on my sofa in my house. I usually cook a meal. That's what I'm saying. We got to eat. I got barbecue in the oven, some peas on the stove, and some potato salad in the fridge.
Good old Southern
meal. So now I didn't cook the barbecue. I did pick that up. But anyway, so no, we do this every Sunday. And we love our time together. We love our podcast with you all. And I think we're going to do them this way more often. I think I almost like this spur of the moment. What are we going to do podcasts then? I mean, if we want to plan something, we will, and we'll let you know.
Yeah.
But honestly, we didn't discuss topic earlier for next week.
No.
So it'll be another surprise.
So Annie said, no, do not let your kids have electronics during family time, period.
Yay.
Definitely.
See, I agree. So yeah, we don't know what we're going to do next week. It'll be another just like, hey, it's our podcast. Come and listen. And we'll do the live stream so we can have folks kind of chime in, because we even said that before when we started this podcast. We kind of catered it towards dating and relationships. So we did a bunch of, you go back and listen to some of our other episodes, they're quite they're quite juicy.
Does size matter?
Does size matter? And sex parties and all kind of, we had some crazy topics that we did. So if you go back and listen to our other episodes, you will see. But then we decide, wow, look at Halle Berry. Is that Halle Berry?
She looks stunning.
Rocking it. Awesome dress. But anyway, we decided to change it a little bit because we were like, well, our podcast is called Two Chicks Tell All. So why can't it just be about everything, all in general, whatever you want to talk about kind of thing? So that's when we opened it up and said, let's do some other stuff. So we have done some other non-related dating relationship
I like
topics,
the Where Are They Now one.
Where Are They Now was a good one because we did, some other like childhood actors and stuff like that. So we appreciate you guys kind of coming in tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Annie J and Munching and Chatting.
Yes,
I'm really glad that you guys came.
And we'll do it again next Sunday. We might we kind of start a little later tonight. So look for us, 6-7. We'll probably try to stay within that same time frame.
Yeah, because we like to watch American Idol on Sunday.
I know, right? And I did find out it will be on after the Oscars, which will be really late. So.
Yeah, well, we have Hulu, so
there you go.
So that'll work. So yeah, I think that's about all that we have.
Yep.
Okay, so Annie says she's giving us some advice. She
go.
has like 800 followers.
Nice.
So I think, advertise it on your YouTube while 3 days before you may get more people.
Oh yeah, and we will now that I think we decided we're just going to go this route from here on out instead of pre-taping. I like having the interaction, honestly. I think it's awesome.
Do I
so,
too.
Yeah, it helps. And
like cutting up with you guys. It's
I
fun.
know, right? Yeah. It's good to know we have people out there that are with us.
Oh my gosh, I should tell that story about that guy at work today. So mind you, I kind of have a type, and this guy was like not my type, but I still thought he was like gorgeous though still.
It's usually the ones that you don't expect that are the ones that get you.
So anyway, so I'm at work and we got a new cook today, and man, he was fine. Like he kind of had that like surfer boy look to him, and like he had long hair with like a messy bun, like the man bun. And I don't usually think the man bun's cute, but this guy was very cute. And like I was afraid to talk to him like all shift, and like because I'm just very socially awkward sometimes whenever it comes to men.
I'm trying to break her out of her shell a little bit.
But this guy was very cute, and I was kind of just like running around like a maniac at my shift today, doing like 10 million things at once. So I was kind of like really focused, and I didn't really get to like talk to him like that much. But anyway, he just kept looking at me. So I think that like, he wanted to say something, but I think he was kind of focused on being trained and stuff like that. So at the end of his shift, I noticed that he was getting a drink. So I said to him, I'm like, hey, I said, you're not allowed to get a drink. And he just like starts laughing. And I'm like, I'm just kidding you. I said, you should be worried whenever I don't talk because I honestly like cut up and like make fun with like everybody, just because I feel like it makes the day go by quicker.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if I don't talk to you, then that's probably not really a good indication of things.
Yeah.
So I didn't want him to think that like I didn't want to talk to him because I hadn't really said much to him that day. But I ended the day on a good note and he was laughing. He goes, no problem. He's like, I like cutting up with people. And he introduced himself and like I introduced myself. So maybe we'll work together again. And who knows? Who knows where this might go?
Let's find out next week what the update is.
Maybe next week I'll have his number. Might be one step at a time.
That's right. But we'll find out.
So anyway, Annie said, love you guys. You are both sweet.
Oh, thank you.
So I think we're going to sign off for the evening, but we did have fun doing this kind of like little impromptu podcast.
Oh, yes. So good.
I think that those are kind of like the best times.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we're going to sign off. So Two Chicks Tell All signing off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I totally forgot to say all that.
Oh, yeah. Get your spiels out.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We love hearing from you guys, definitely. And if you have any sort of information that you would like to share or any topics that you would like us to discuss, don't be afraid to comment on one of our YouTube videos and tell us, or send us an email. We actually have an email for our little podcast that we set up. So it's called twochickstellall@gmail.com, which if you look on the screen, you see the little insignia that says Two Chicks Tell All. That's exactly how it's spelled.
Oh, yeah. C-H-I-C.
So it'll be...
We're different.
It'll be twochickstellall@gmail.com. Don't be afraid to, come talk to us. We're always down for hearing like new ideas for topics.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because sometimes we feel like it's like we'll sit here and we'll have brain farts. We're like, what the hell should we talk about? So,
I know.
Yeah. Definitely ideas. We need some ideas.
We definitely do. So we hope that you guys have a great week.
Yep.
And we will talk to y'all later.
Signing off.
Signing off.
Peace out.
Peace.